Hello, we are live. I just took a moment to remake the link, so I'm going to give it a few minutes for folks to get here. I'm very excited to be doing this from Berlin, Germany. It is almost 2 a.m. here, and I have been here for about 4 days. It's been a whirlwind in the best way possible. And tonight's class is going to be about grounding. I see someone just joined us. Hello, welcome. If you're able to hop in the chat and let me know who it is, I'd love that. Oh, another person just joined us. Welcome. If anyone is able to get in the chat and let me know who's here or how you're doing, that'd be wonderful, but no pressure ever. I'm very excited to be doing this from Berlin, as I was just saying, and tonight's class is going to be, again, as we do often on Sunday nights, about grounding and centering for the week ahead. And so we have 2 minutes left until we'll start. So a tidbit that's not exactly in line with my Dharma for tonight that I wanted to share is I was just meditating before this. I was thinking about how we need to get curious with our breath. And when we sit there in meditation, that rather than having any judgment over our breath or anything, just the mindfulness technique of just becoming curious about it. And earlier tonight, I met a man who goes by the name Real Deal, which I love, his fairy name. And he's 85 years old, and I just shared with him that I love spending time with elders because of their wisdom. And he thanked me for that, and then just said his 2 things he's learned over the years are to stay curious and to be adventurous. I thought that was such good information. I love those tidbits from elders. So, still got a minute. I see that we have 1 person here. Oh, great, we have Anna. I love you, Anna. Thanks for being here. How fun. This timing worked out really perfect to do this. And it might be more interesting when I'm not in Berlin, which has so much going on, to do this at 2 a.m., but this week it works wonderfully. So it's 6 p.m. and we'll get started. Or, well, it's 2 a.m. here, 6 p.m. in Denver. So, as always, with Yoga with Preston, we're going to start with sitting and breathing. And to highlight what you can do without a block, I pulled these books from this bookshelf right behind me. So if you don't have a yoga block and you want a prop to sit on, you're always welcome to use a pillow, but you might also have some books in your place that you can sit on. Whatever you're going to use, find it and take a moment to arrive on it. Also, always on these Sunday night Yoga with Preston's classes, it's good to have some pillows around for our restorative moments at the end. And so, as always, I'll remind you, we find our seat, we find stillness, and we find our focus. Any seated position that works for you. Either your legs crossed at the ankles, or you can bring a heel in towards your pelvis, placing the other foot in front. Part of finding your seat is also finding your shoulders placed over your hips. Allow yourself here to breathe naturally. Focusing on your exhales, using your mouth for your exhales, as that brings us to a state of calm. Tonight's class is going to be focused on grounding. chances are, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, the leaves on the trees in your city may be green. Your city might be becoming alive. And you may feel yourself starting to come alive with the sun coming out. And I want to remind us, and remind myself, that when we plant the seeds, or we see the leaves start to grow, we must still continue to nourish if we want the fruit to grow. We must come back to our practices that allow us to flourish. Following the natural pattern of your breath, feel it come in through your nose. And as you exhale, watch it go down through your body. On your next inhale, I'd like you to inhale through the nose at the top, hold. And then exhale through your mouth. Again, we'll do that inhaling through the nose, but as you inhale, visualize your heart filling up with the breath. Pause at the top, and upon exhale, visualize all that energy going from your heart directly down through the ground below you. We'll do that again so we can become familiar. Inhale through the nose, let it fill up your heart. Hold it in your heart. Let it swirl around. And when you need to exhale, either through your nose or through your mouth, exhale, but visualize it going, all that energy going down from your heart to your root. Again. A few more times on your own, following that visualization of breathing in, letting the air and the energy fill up your heart space, become expansive in your heart, and as you exhale, take that energy down to the ground, to the center of the earth, all the way down. In class tonight, we'll get expansive in our body, and then we'll ground. We'll get expansive, and then we'll ground. And as always, we will end with a restorative practice. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them at your pace on an inhale. Allow your hands to fall off of your lap and come out to the sides, following your breath. At the top of your inhale, your fingers touch. And as you exhale, your hands come down through the center line of your body. Pause at your heart. Inhale to bring them right back up where they came from. Exhale, hands to the sides, back where we started. We'll follow that a few times, becoming bigger each time. Inhale, hands wide and up, following your breath, linking it to movement. At the top of your inhale, fingers touch. Exhale, ride the line through the center of your body down. Pause at your heart. Inhale back up. Exhale. Turn your wrists out to the side, fingers fall down. We'll each do 3 more rounds of that at our own pace, moving with our own rhythm, meeting back with our hands at the bottom. Keep going. And we land back down on an exhale. After our fingers come wide, bring your hands back to your lap, back to your knees. Take another moment quickly here in stillness. Now, drop on an exhale the chin towards the chest. Chin falls low, coming towards your chest. And as you inhale, chin comes high. All the way up, drop your head back. Exhale, chin comes back down. One more, just like that. Inhale as your chin rises and the back of your head falls. Exhale, chin to chest. One breath here with chin to chest. Inhale back up to neutral head. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale back to center, neutral. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Hold for another breath. Relax your shoulders. Again, exhale, let the exhale relax your neck, stretching the left side of your neck. Take another breath there, or on an inhale when you're ready, inhale back to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Let me take a moment here too. Relax your shoulders. On an exhale, let your ear drop a little bit lower. Inhale back up to neutral. Stay still as you exhale. As you're ready, you may remove your prop, or I invite you to remove your prop. And come to tabletop position. Tabletop is on all fours. Joints are stacked. Shoulders over elbows over wrists. Hips over your knees. Fingers are spread wide. And we stay connected to our breath. And we move at our own pace. Upon your next exhale, look back towards your belly button, pressing into your hands, coming to cat pose. Arching your back like a cat, pulling your belly button to your spine, and then inhale forward for cat. Shoulders back, chest up, head up. Exhale, follow your breath back for cat. Inhale forward for cow. And exhale back to cat. 2 more of each at your pace. We meet back in tabletop. Up to tabletop, find stillness. Come down into child's pose. Ground down. Forehead to the mat, hands extend out in front of your knees are wide, toes are together. With each exhale, allow yourself to come further down to your mat. Allow your head to be heavy. One more breath here. Inhale back up to tabletop. With each tabletop, we become a stronger table, more stable, with a stronger foundation. Feel your exhales flowing down your hands, through your wrists, into your mat, into the ground below you. Let this be an active position, tabletop. Press down into your left hand, and upon an inhale, I invite you to bring your right wrist high, opening up through the chest. As you exhale, bring your hand back down. Don't just drop it, let it flow down. At the bottom of your exhale, when your hands reach the ground, inhale to do that again. Become bigger this time. Exhale, bring it back down. Again, inhale, wrist high. Biggest you've been yet. And then as you exhale, thread the needle, bringing your hand between your left wrist and your left knee. The right side of your head comes down to the mat. With your left hand in front of your face. Stay connected to your breath here. The acoustics are pretty crazy in here. I wouldn't be surprised if you can hear my breath. Inhale at your pace, and as you exhale, ground down further. Couple more breaths here. As you're ready, on an inhale, you'll press into your left hand to bring your right wrist high. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Before going anywhere, we cleanse our breath. We take a round of breath here in tabletop. Our tabletop is stronger than ever, stronger than before. And as you are ready, upon an inhale, you'll press down into your right hand and inhale to bring your left high. As you exhale, let it float back down, following your breath. Again, inhale, left wrist high, opening up the left side of your chest. Higher than it was before. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, hand high. And as you exhale, thread the needle. Bring it through between your right hand and your right knee. The left side of your head now comes down to the mat. Your right hand is directly in front of your face. You have points of contact with the ground through your right hand. the left side of your head, your left shoulder, your left arm, your left knee, your right knee, your left foot, your right foot. Take an exhale and ground down through all of those. These Sunday night classes are about the turn down. So I invite you to utilize the exhale through the mouth as much as you choose, as it calms our nervous system. A couple more breaths. Upon an inhale, you'll press into your right hand and bring your left high. Exhale, bring it back down. And we come back to child's pose. Stretching your arms out in front of you, knees wide, head comes down. Let your breath guide you. And inhale, lift back up to tabletop. And we got to do it for our wrists. Let's turn our wrists around one at a time. First, let's press into the left and take your right wrist, first pointing it out to the right, just to get us going there, and then bring it back, fingers pointing back towards your knees, just like tabletop. And now on the other hand with the left, fingers out, then back towards you. Shoulders are still stacked. We're just now going to follow our breath, inhaling, bring our hips slightly back. Exhale to bring them forward. Press in through all 10 fingers into the ground. That should increase the stretch. We got to take care of our wrists. We need our hands to do as much for us as we ask them to. A couple more breaths here. As you're ready, you can bring your hands back to neutral tabletop. And then bring your knees together, toes together for toes pose. So lift up if you need to. How I do it is walking my hands back a little bit, lifting my knees up, lifting up onto my toes, and then bring my knees back down. So heels are high. If you need help from your fingers to get your little toes down, go ahead. So get in your position and then allow your hips to lower down towards your heels. You may bring your hands together at your heart. This position becomes uncomfortable quickly. I find that bringing my hands to my heart helps me focus. Notice the difference between pain and discomfort. Anything in yoga that's painful, we come out of. Anything that's uncomfortable, we should stay for a couple more breaths. We'll meet back in tabletop. And I encourage you to stay as long as you can here. Knees pressed together, core engages, shoulders drop slightly back, chest is high. We sit tall. Back to tabletop. On an inhale, your knees come slightly up, feet are hip width distance apart. And as you exhale, I invite you to downward facing dog. Hips come high, flat line from the hips to the hands, through the arms, through the back. completely okay, always in tabletop in this class, to have a bend at your knees or in downward dog. We can come, and we might not have done downward dog all day, all weekend. Regardless, it's nice to pedal out our feet, taking an exhale and dropping one heel down. Inhaling to bring that heel back up. Exhaling to drop the other down. One more just like that. Inhale, heel up. Exhale, heel down. Inhale, heel up. Exhale, heel down. Begin to walk your hands back to meet your feet. For ragdoll position. Feet are hip width distance apart. You can measure that with 2 fists between your hands. Find a big bend at your knees. Allow your head to be heavy. I invite you to grab for opposite elbow or to bring your hands to your lower back at your sacrum. Wherever you're at, make sure that you have a big bend in your knees and that you're draping over your legs. Now take an exhale and let yourself hang even heavier. If you took an arm variation, you may not release it. And walk your feet together. If that's how you typically stand, with your toes together. It's that gap at the heels. Always, if it's better for your body, you're welcome to stay at hip width distance. And as you inhale, straight legs. Hands come to shins, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, just like that. Inhale to a half lift. And exhale to a forward fold. As you inhale, come all the way up to standing. Hands above head, fingers pointing towards each other. Exhale, hands drop to your sides. As we did before, inhale, hands wide and up. At the top of your inhale, fingers touch together. Exhale, hands down through center. Hands land at your heart. Inhale, hands back up. Exhale, hands wide. One more time as such. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands drop to your heart. Stand still here. Find absolute stillness for one breath. As you inhale, hands come up. Exhale, hands come wide. Coming back down to your sides. Inhale, hands back up as we find the grip of our right hand or our right wrist grabbed by our left hand. So take your left hand, grab for your right wrist. The frame on the camera is kind of screwed up, so I'm going to come down to my knee. So grab for your wrist, hand
palm is facing down. As you inhale, find expansion, and as you exhale, bend to your left. Stay there for the inhale, find some length. Exhale, bend deeper, opening up our right side body. Inhale back up to center. Exhale here as you switch out your wrists. Right hand grabs for left wrist. Inhale to find length. Exhale to bend to the right. Stay there for your inhale, find some length. Exhale, bend a bit deeper. Inhale back up to center. As you exhale, hands through center, forward fold. Coming down to the forward fold, walk your hands forward and find high plank. High plank is like tabletop in that our joints through our arms are stacked, but our knees are up, like a high push-up position. Heels press back. We become strong through our core. We utilize our breath to stay in this position. A strong high plank can be even more difficult than some push-ups. Put the energy into it. As you're ready, come down to forearm plank. Coming onto your forearms, feet can come together. Pelvis tilts under. Here we become very strong in our core. Activate your core here. Use your breath to get you through. We won't be here too long. This is a great time of year for yoga, for grounding, for abs. Stay here. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up to high plank. And then as you exhale, slowly like a board, come all the way down to your belly. Come down to your belly. Bring your hands to your side. Look to the right, let your left ear drop. Get still, drop down. Feel your aliveness with your heart beating against the ground. Send your breath there. From there, send it down. We're going to move right into the intense shoulder stretch that you should know if you've done this class before. If you haven't, listen closely. Your left hand will come out from your left shoulder. Your right hand will be directly next to the right side of your chest. 3 steps here. First, press your left shoulder into the ground. Second, lift your right shoulder up, right side of your chest up. Third, your right foot drops behind your left leg. So again, you have your left arm extended out. Your palm is down to the ground. Your left arm stays active. Your right hand helps your right shoulder and the right side of your chest lift up. Your right leg lands behind your left. Any stressors we have about the week behind or the week ahead, we may be holding them in our shoulders. It's where we hold a lot of our stress. Take a moment and breathe them out. We'll have time for 2 rounds. So as you're ready, drop the right side of your chest down gently. As we move on to the other side, if you're newer to this, you may want to check the screen just to make sure that you're following what I'm doing. This is another good one where if it hurts, don't do it. If it's uncomfortable, stay in it. Right hand, right arm out from the shoulder. Right palm down against the ground. If you have a floor below you, feel the traction. Feel the grip of the floor. You press your right shoulder into the mat. Use your left hand to help your left shoulder lift up. Left foot drops behind right leg. Take an exhale to drop your center of gravity into your right shoulder. Send your breaths to where your body needs them. Okay, the first round is just to show our body where we're going so we can have more time on the second. As you're ready, I invite you to move on to the second round slowly, dropping the left side of your chest down, bringing your right hand in, your left hand out. 3 steps for this intense shoulder stretch. Left shoulder in, right shoulder up, right foot behind left leg. Let your breath be alive and connected. Utilizing your exhales through your mouth. Utilizing the mouth exhale is our quickest way to find calm. At your pace, whenever you're ready, you're welcome to join me on the other side. But know on this second round, you always want to be real slow, bringing your chest down and going on to the other side. Left hand in, right hand out. Right shoulder in, left shoulder up, left foot down. Towards the end of these classes, as the class goes on, I will give less cues as we invite quiet into our evening. Listen to your breath. Try to resist fidgeting, keeping your movements for increasing the stretch. Remember, your extended arm is active.
You're welcome to stay longer. But if you're ready, I invite you to drop the left side of your chest down, to come into this prone position on your belly. And lift up to tabletop. And as you get there, just walk your knees forward. Let your right knee arrive at your right wrist as we move towards pigeon. So left heel rotates over. Maybe it's towards the same line as your short edge of your mat. Maybe it's on an angle like mine. Left foot, left leg extends back. It can be helpful to put something under our left thigh to get our hips in alignment. First, before we move into sleeping pigeon, let it be high, let it be strong. Align your hips, find strength here. And as you're ready, if you choose, you may lower down first to your forearm and then bring your forehead down. If you have any issues with your hips and you don't know pigeon pose, you're welcome to take child's pose here, or any pose you know and you love. Feel the center of your forehead connecting with the ground below. We're going to take some time here. Let your breaths be strong. Let them be calm. I find that once I'm in the position, I can remove the prop from below my thigh and still hold the correct alignment after that initial support. Let's take 3 to 5 more breaths here. We're going to come out of this very gently, lifting the head up, coming up onto our hands, and coming out of it the way we came into it. So bringing the foot back, so the foot is pointed back from the right knee, and then let's just bring the left knee up. Left knee to left wrist. We bring the right leg back as the left leg rotates over. If you use the prop under your thigh on the other side, you'll want to match that likely on this side. First, let it be high. Let it be strong. Let it be calm. As you're ready, and if you choose to, come down to your forearms, come down to your forehead. Checking that you're not holding shoulder tension.
Feel the center of your forehead connecting with the ground below. Towards the end of the class, I highly encourage your exhales through your mouth. Let's take 3 more breaths or so. Knowing our bodies and knowing what we need. Listening to our bodies so we can know what they need. As you're ready, lift up your head. Bring your palms to the mat. Bring your left leg straight back. Bring your right knee forward, and we'll come onto our backs. Make sure, if you have pillows around, now would be a good time to grab them. Pillows and/or blankets. We're getting real close to the super turn downs. Just come onto your back. The pillows and such handy. Come onto your back. Point your toes long with your heels together and stretch for a full body stretch with your hands long above you. Stretching as long as you can from your toes to your fingers. Inhale here. And as you exhale, bring your knees towards your chest, following your breath. Grab for your knees, pull them close. Let your hips drop back down. 2 breaths here. Knees together, knees towards you. Again. Knees together, knees towards your chest. Continuing to breathe at your pace. Allow your left heel to drop down to your mat, keeping your right knee in. Take an interlace grip just below your right knee. Inhale here, and as you exhale, ride a breath to bring your knee back towards your shoulder. Become familiar with the sensation of riding the breath. Inhale here. Ride the breath to take the right knee further back on your exhale. Hips are flat, shoulders are flat. Press your left heel into the mat. Your toes of your left foot point up towards your face. This gives you a bit more room perhaps in your right hip. As you're ready to move towards the twist, get your pillows to the left side of your mat. Take your left hand to your right knee. Your right arm extends out from your right shoulder. And on an exhale,
Guide your knee across your body. Shimmy your left hip slightly under so that your hips can be stacked. And then place your knee onto your support. Letting this be a restorative supine twist. Looking up towards the ceiling or out towards your extended arm. Stay with your breath. Your exhales are what will increase this twist. Shoulders are always flat in supine twist. We're at the restorative portion or the yin portion, the turn down portion of class. On your next exhale, I invite you to take a deep breath out through your mouth, letting it be loud. And as you do, pull your belly button towards your spine. See if that does anything for your twist. As you're ready, at your pace, not a second sooner than you want to, I invite you to bring your right knee back towards your right shoulder. Left leg stays long. Interlace grip below the knee. Bring the knee back to the right shoulder. Press in through your left heel, left toes back up towards your face. Exhale, and drop your knee further. As you inhale, left knee comes up. Grab for just below the left knee, and as you exhale, gently pull right and left knee back toward your shoulders. Inhale here. As you exhale, right leg extends long, left knee stays in towards your shoulder. Find that same interlace grip. Ride and exhale to bring it back. Your leg comes alongside your torso, not up over your torso and towards your heart. We're bringing it alongside your ribs, up towards your shoulder. Press your right foot in, right toes up towards you. Left foot, lifted foot, stays relaxed. A few more breaths here. Right hand comes to left knee. Take your left hands, and if you had pillows, bring them across. Left arm extends out from your shoulder, out to the left. Inhale here. And as you exhale, bring your knee across. Shimmy your right hip slightly under so you can stack them. And then guide your knee towards pillow palace. Adjust your pillows however you need, so it feels like your leg places just right down onto them, so it feels fully supported. We're looking up towards the ceiling or out towards the left arm. Make sure you're not putting too much pressure or energy into your right arm. It's just there as a guide. As we did on the other side with a big exhale through the mouth, pull your belly button towards your spine. Now, if you've been putting any force in, let it become as restorative as you've ever known supine twist to be. Hold the position, release any force. Three to five more breaths here, or 10 or 20 if you like. This is always a pose that I want to make sure to tell you not to rush, because it feels good. As you're ready, I invite you to bring your left knee back towards your left shoulder, finding that same interlaced grip. Take a ride with an exhale to bring it back. Left knee to left shoulder. Inhale here. Press your right heel into the mat, right toes back up towards you. And as you exhale, let your knee drop further down. One more breath here, just as we did. Exhale, knee to shoulder. And as you inhale, right up, knee up. Grab for both. Exhale, and knees towards your shoulders. Inhale to stretch long to a full body stretch. And then exhale to bring your knees into your chest, grabbing for the outside. And bring your knees towards each other, towards you. Few more breaths here before our final resting position. As you inhale, squeeze tightly. As you exhale, ground down. Shoulders come down. Back of your heart lowers down. Inhale again to squeeze your knees tightly towards you. As you exhale, pull them towards you, towards your chest. On this inhale, bring your forehead up towards your knees. Squeeze as tightly as you can. Hold for a moment. And as you exhale, extend to Shavasana. Welcome to use your pillows or a blanket here. I like pillows under my knees. Feet spread wider than the mat. Feet spread wider than the mat. Palms up. We'll have a few minutes here. We'll give it 5 full minutes here. Do yourself a favor of ending your practice with this most important pose. We are at exactly an hour right now. I want to respect your time. So if you do have time to stay for another 5 minutes, I encourage you to do so. I encourage you to find stillness. This last pose, Shavasana, is when the magic really happens. All of the energy that we just rejuvenated and restored, all of the fresh blood, the freshly oxygenated blood that we just put through our whole system, all of the work we just did is able to flow freely when we stay here in stillness at the end of class. No need to control your breath any longer. Let it be calm. allow any distractions in the room or the space you may be watching this to pass right by you. All I ask of you here in Shavasana is stillness. You are welcome to stay here and then crawl to wherever you rest, or if you're carrying on with your evening or watching this after and carrying on with your day, I invite you to find very small, slight movements with your fingers. Begin to gently wiggle your toes. Invite your left heel to meet the right. Find a full body stretch from fingers to toes. And as you're ready, bring your knees in towards you and roll over onto your side using your bicep as a pillow. Don't rush through this. And this is one of the sweetest moments to me of a yoga class. And this return to reality via this sweet embryonic-like motion or position. With our knees towards us like a fetus. As you're ready, press your left hand into the ground or whichever hand you had down to come up to a seated position. We end where we started. You're welcome either to be on a prop or without. As I taught you or reminded you or spoke to at the beginning of class, 3 easy steps. Find your seat, find stillness, find your focus. I invite you on an inhale to bring your hands together at your heart. Exhale to ground down, watching your breath follow through your body and down to your root. I wish for all of you that your week ahead be filled with the joy of nature coming alive, of your body coming alive. And that we each remember that to sustain, we must connect. That to be in our place of thriving, in these warmer months ahead, that we need to come back to our practice, whatever practice it is, to connect to ourselves. Inhale to bring your thumbs high, landing the center of your forehead at your third eye center. And upon an exhale, hinge at the hips, bringing your head down to seal our practice. Namaste. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. In this moment today, as I looked forward to teaching this class, I was so thankful that it has allowed me to have some accountability and service to you as well as to myself. I needed this. I've had a strong buzz within me the past few days in Berlin. I've been go. And so providing this to you, provided this to me this evening. And so the magic also alongside it, that we're breathing together in different continents across the globe, is dope. Thank you so much for doing this with me on Sunday nights. Next week, again, live from Germany. This is really, really, really cool. I love the internet. I love you for watching. I love Berlin.